What's up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to talk about the next step. I've been talking about the process of buying a home. So we did the pre-approval, which is step number one, and then we talked about how to find a great realtor. So now you're ready to go. You're ready to start house hunting or shopping, right? So I'm going to go over the process of looking for your new home. So now that you're pre-approved, you know how much you qualify for, what to expect for your down payment, and you feel comfortable and confident to proceed with the process. The first step of house hunting or shopping for your home is communicating with your realtor. Like I said before, communication is everything throughout this entire process. You can do this in person, you can do it over the phone. Sometimes even have my buyers send me a text message just listing, so I don't forget anything, what they are looking for in a home, right? A search criteria is what you're going to create from this meeting or this phone call or the text message. So search criteria, price range, the cities that you're interested in, how many beds, how many baths do you want, and any deal breakers, right? Some must-haves or some things that you don't want in your house. I've had clients that need a long driveway that will fit multiple cars because they're a mechanic, or I have people that absolutely don't want to pull, so that's a deal breaker. So those are things that you want to include so that we can create this search criteria so that you're only receiving homes that fit your needs more or less. Keep in mind, the more must-haves you have, the more limited your options are going to be. So the more open-minded you could be, then you'll have more options to choose from when you start looking at houses. So once you finalize this search criteria with your realtor, I send my buyers homes via email. I'll set you up on email. It's an automated system. Whatever becomes available on a daily basis, sometimes even throughout the day, my clients will get an update of those homes as long as they meet their search criteria. If it checks all the boxes that I've entered in the system, such as price, cities, all the things I just talked about, they will automatically get it sent to them and they can determine if that's an option for them. When you look at these homes on the system, make sure, obviously the photos can be deceiving, as you'll see or you may know already. It goes both ways. Sometimes they look great in the photos and then in person looks terrible, or vice versa. It looks terrible and then you get there and it's way better than you expected. Another thing you want to look at in those listings that I send you or your realtor sends you, is the map. So it's going to have a map right off to the side so you get a better idea of the nearest cross streets, any significant buildings or places, a park, an industrial area, things that could be desirable or also non-desirable. In that system and the MLS, you can mark the ones that you like, that you have interest in, and me as the realtor, I can see which ones you have interest in, and I can get more information on those particular ones. You could even mark you could favorite them, like those are like really ones that you really like, or you could there's another symbol you could use just to kind of show like you have some type of interest in it. So as you start seeing some homes you're interested in, we start scheduling some showings. Keep in mind, you have to be available, especially in today's market. As I mentioned in previous videos, you have to be available. Every home has different showing instructions. For example, you may have a vacant home that's available to go anytime. So if you work, I can meet you out there after work in the evening time and we can go. It's pretty open. Then you have homes that are really particular. Maybe there's a day sleeper, so you can only show it between this time and this time, like a small window. And we have to work around those various schedules of the sellers. So bottom line, be available, and me as the realtor will do my best of scheduling those showings timely and accordingly. We're in COVID real estate right now, so there's a few changes that have been made, actually a lot of changes. Obviously safety is important, so not only is there an additional form like a waiver or disclosure you have to sign for every single house we show, there's also limitations of how many people that can go in the house. It's usually only one agent and 2 buyers. So previously you could bring the whole family, could bring the kids, but now with COVID, it's all changed, and for now, it's 1 agent and 2 buyers, no kids. In addition to that, obviously, you gotta wear your mask. Some people even require gloves, and some people even require booties on your feet. If that's required for that particular home, they usually have them available, or I will have them on hand for you. Those are just sign of the current times, COVID showings, COVID real estate. Alright, so we scheduled some showings, we're masked up, maybe got our gloves on, and now we're going to go into the house and check it out. So again, a little bit different. Previously, I would say, don't be afraid to open any closet doors, any bedroom doors. Sometimes if it's occupied and closed, you can ask the seller if you can get access to it. Sometimes the garage door, they can open it. Right now, they don't want everybody touching the house surfaces, so usually we can ask the listing agent or myself as the agent to open certain doors. But bottom line, however you do it, you want to make sure that you see every aspect of the house. Walk outside, walk around the house. Any closed off bedroom doors, you want to ask for access or an explanation of why you cannot access that room. So bottom line, you want to see every part of the house. The seller won't be offended. They want to sell their home, so they want you to see it, they want you to like it, and they should be, in most cases, more than willing to show you every part of the home. Also, you can drive by. You can drive by in advance prior to the showing. Sometimes my clients do that. Before even scheduling a showing, they'll drive by and make sure that the neighborhood's good for them and it's really an option for them. Or even if you see the house and you determine like you have some interest or you're going to be making an offer, you can drive by later that night, drive by on a weekend. Those are all extra things you can do to make sure that you're absolutely comfortable with that house and you want to make an offer. Do it in a timely manner though, as I mentioned in previous videos as well. It's super competitive and you have to make quick decisions in today's market. Most importantly, you're looking for potential, right? I'd rather sell you the home, maybe the ugliest home in the block in the best neighborhood that has the most potential, rather than the flipped home that looks easy on the eyes in the worst neighborhood, right? Because at the end of the day, guys, you can make changes to the home and make it your perfect home, but you can't move the home. So you can have a beautiful home, but maybe not be so comfortable as you walk to your car at night or as you take off your groceries. I'd rather you be in a home where you're 100% comfortable and make your own changes and improvements and updates in your own time. So potential is key. Flooring and painting are two of the most affordable things that you can do initially to a home and make the biggest difference. One last thing, make sure that all the decision makers are present at the showing. I mean, in normal times, pre-COVID, I'd say whoever has an influence on that decision, you want to bring them, whether it's a parent, whether it's a child. You want to make sure that they're there and that they're all on board so that your client doesn't, or your agent doesn't waste their time working hard to negotiate and get an offer accepted, doesn't waste the seller's time of, possibly accepting an offer that you and your family are not all in on. It's COVID, so we have that limit of 2 people right now. So I guess the 2 primary decision makers, you definitely want to make sure are present. And anybody else, you can drive them by the house, show them some photos, check out the neighborhood, and go from there. Once you start seeing some houses you like, your agent will move on to the next step of getting you the information that you need so that you guys can work together to make a strong offer, which we'll cover in another video. So this is the next step, guys. Get your pre-approval, find yourself a great realtor, and start house hunting. Hopefully this information was useful to you. Share it with somebody who might find it useful. Thank you for following my channel and checking out my content, and we will see you on the next one.